Welcome back. We're here for our next installment of Cooking with Chef Paul. Alright, today what we're going to do is we're going to discuss and work on some knife cuts and some knife skills. This is a steel. This trues the blade. What that means is, say this is your knife edge. Obviously this is exaggerated, but say this is your knife edge. This is what it looks like when it's sharp. After use, the tip will start to turn. That's what it does. It's a very, very fine point. So it starts to turn. Doesn't mean that it's not sharp any longer. It just means that you need to bring that edge back. Running the knife blade along the steel from the heel to the tip. Hold the knife at about a 30-degree angle and just run it slowly. And what that does is that just takes that tip that was just slightly out of true and brings it back so that your knife is sharp again. Easy enough to do. The other thing that you'll notice, you'll see people on television and things like that where they're going to town and the blade's always facing them. You know what? I can do that. I can do it fast, but last time I did that, I cut myself. Ended up going to the hospital and getting 4 stitches. So I decided, you know what? I will aim the blade away from me. Start towards me and go away. Safer, just don't stand near anybody when you're doing it. We're going to use a potato for the basic cut. You could peel this, but what I find with any sort of vegetable, any sort of product that's round, if you square it off, at least give yourself a flat end so it's not going to wobble on the board. So this is the quick, easy method of peeling and squaring off. Just going to take the knife, run it down, there you go. Square it off. Don't worry about the peel. So it won't kill anybody. Potato. Square it off. What do we want to do? Alright. Say you want to make something like hash browns. Right? You know, the home fried potatoes. You wake up. Alright, well, hey, got some potatoes. Cube them up. Dice them up. Large dice. So, figure about 1/2 inch. So stick your finger, knuckle back on the potato, about 1/2 inch from the edge. Slice down. Due to the moisture content in the starch, the potato is going to stick to your blade a little bit, so it's okay to put your finger over the top of the blade and press it off. Down again, down again. Alright, so now, because again of the moisture content, the slices will tend to slide back and forth on one another. So I cut the stack in half, hold on to it, one on either side, straight down. There you go. So now you have, from each 2-piece stack, now you have 4. So now, turn it again, 1/4 of a turn, think of a clock, 15 minutes. So say this is noon, turn it to 9 o'clock, or 3 o'clock, I guess if you're right-handed and you're going the other way. But either way, it's all the same. Straight down. Again, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Here we go. Diced potato. It'll look good in the pan with some onions, green peppers. We'll have our home fries. Say you don't want to have home fries. Let's just say you're thinking about, oh, I don't know, maybe you want to do hash. You want to have a smaller dice. So again, take our potato, again, washed, square it off. You could use these scraps instead of just throwing them in the compost bin. You could use these for anything. You could use them to throw in to a soup, dice them up smaller, do a soup, mashed potatoes, whatever you want to do. So, now I'm thinking we want to do about 1/4 inch. So, slice down, slice down, slice down, slice down. Alright. Break the pile into a 2. Slice, So anyway, straight down again. There we go. Look at that. 1/4 inch. Perfect. So, the next cut we're going to do would be called a brunoise. Dimensions on that are 1/8 inch by 1/8 inch by 1/8 inch, so it's a cube. Normally you wouldn't do this with potatoes. Normally I've seen it done with green peppers, red peppers, onions, garlic, things like that. With potatoes, can be done, will be done, and you'll see what we're talking about here in a minute. So you want 1/8 inch. So again, super thin slices. Alright, so stuck to the blade. Okay, so again, got your slices. Now you make a cross cut. Okay, when I do this, I normally will use these potatoes and I will cook them like a risotto. So I'm making a potato risotto without the rice. It's all just potato. So you take your potatoes, give it a really fine dice, almost a mince. And there's what you have. You could even go smaller than this, but I find that if you go too much smaller than that, then by the time you get your risotto consistency with the creaminess, the potatoes are overdone and they fall apart, and then you end up with soupy mashed potatoes. I'm just going to stir it the same way that you would like a regular risotto with the rice. Slowly cook it, allow the starch from the potato to come out to get the creaminess. You want to leave it a little bit al dente so the potato is not mush, so it's got a little bit of a bite to it. Add some cream, butter, cheese, salt, pepper, you're good. These are batons. This is another form of a classic knife cut. A baton would be used for making French fries. That's what you could use that for. This is a batonette. This would be used more for like shoestring French fries, something along those lines. Would be a julienne, which 1/8 inch by 1/8 inch, and this would be something, although it's uncommon to use with potatoes, you've got a lot of other applications, carrots, things like that. But again, if you stop before you turn and make the cut, you end up with the julienne. Alright, so as you see, we just touched on a couple of different variations of different knife cuts. You know, dices, brunoises, batons, batonettes, juliennes, that sort of thing. You know, there's plenty more where that came from, and so everyone knows, those of you that watched the Kale to the Greens episode and heard some sort of high-pitched screeching, that was him. This is Zoe. Zoe gets a little, upset if I don't spend enough time with him. Alright, so check it out next time. Next time we will be doing breakfast foods so that, the children can take care of their parents. Mother's Day and Father's Day are coming up soon, so see you later. Say goodbye.